Hi, this is Josh from Dynamic Detailing, dynamiccardetailing.com. Today I'm going to be doing a review, kind of how-to. I got a bunch of products from Stoner. They sent me a bunch of products. I'm only about 15 minutes actually from their factory, so it's kind of the reason probably why they want to send me some products. And I'm a pretty big detailer in the area. I'm going to be doing the Tarminator today, kind of, show you kind of how you do it, even how you want to pre-soak maybe even your front of your car as well, and to get bugs off and etc. And I'll kind of do a review on the product itself, recap it at the end. And I'm going to try to follow the directions recommended on the bottle, and maybe put a little bit of my own twist on it as well. Maybe just to help the consumer, whoever's doing the work, maybe make it a little better, easier, etc. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you actually want to, as it actually states in there, make sure the surface is cool to the touch, which is not. It's actually sunny out at the moment. You should do this in the shade, or even in your garage. Just for video purposes, I'm doing it out here because I have more space. And also, you're supposed to actually have the surface kind of wet. It helps the product, do its thing. So I'm going to wet the surface here first. You also want to do this to help knock off any big buildup and some bugs in here. Maybe this might knock them off as well. Also get up around the sides, just for overspray reasons. By spraying water, up here, if I get overspray up here, it'll help not ruin maybe the paint. It's safe for the paint, but it won't, do something up there that you don't want it to do. Either remove wax or whatever. This will remove wax. It's that kind of a product. So definitely, if you don't do this every car wash. Do it when it's needed, in between, when you want to wax your car, etc. The next step then it says, just spray, generously on the surface. Is what I'm going to do. This can's kind of empty, so I'm going to see what I can get out of it. But just, almost like you're spray painting, really. That's kind of what it comes out to be like. Be careful in plastic surfaces. It can stain plastic surfaces, as it states in the bottle. It seems to be okay with my headlights. I would test them out first, just to see. You see, I have some plastic down here. I don't want to ruin them, so I'm not going to do that. You get them on the fog lights if you want to. It says to sit for 60 seconds, a minute. So I'm going to let it sit for about a minute here in real time. So then it actually states after that, then you want to spray the surface down, and then kind of wipe it off. When I do it, I'm going to use a bug sponge to actually do it as well. So as it sits here, it is. I do have chrome wheels. It actually is okay to put on chrome wheels. Pretty much any coated surface. It says do not use it on bare metals. Anything like that. It'll stain it, it'll ruin it. Same thing with plastics. Be careful on certain plastics. It may be okay on some plastics and not others. So I would test the spot first. It's very similar to a degreaser. If you want to compare it to something, kind of acts like a degreaser. It's more of a consumer-friendly degreaser. Probably not going to let this sit here just for video purposes as long as it should. But see, I did get overspray all the way up through here, so that's kind of why I also put the hood down as well. I'm just going to spray this down, get most of it off, and then that's what we're going to use the bug sponge for. Then I found even if you spray it off, there's still residue, a lot of residue left behind. product. Everything I turn it on. So now what I'm going to do, now you want to use this, if you're using this, use it lightly, don't press hard on it, because that's what's going to scratch the paint. You want to just light it. Not too hard. Just to get anything grime that's on here. You go a little harder on your headlights, just because that's not going to get scratched up. My headlights also have a coating on, so I'm a little safer as well on that purpose. But yeah, this is a part of your car that really gets pretty hammered, especially in a car like this. The front is really flat, so it gets everything on it. Just make sure you get down here on the lower ends. And it's real light. That's what I would do. I would use a bug sponge for this. Works a lot better than just using your normal wash mitt. It's a little bit more grabby, so to speak. Then after this, spray it on off. I don't know if you can see. As you can see, it's even moved my wax. I didn't have much on here left, but you can see it's not beating up like it was. As you can see here, it beats up here. It doesn't quite beat up as much here. It doesn't beat up down there at all. So that's kind of how I pretty much use the product. Now what I would do, for your front end, at least not just the product, go ahead and wash the rest of your car. Come back and wash this like you would any other body panel. Just to ensure that it's completely free of contaminants, it's clean. And then either clay bar and wax it. What do you have to do after that? So I mean, that's really how you use it. There's some reviews, some more of my thoughts on it. It's great for consumer use. It's great for light to medium dirty cars. Anything heavy duty, definitely the commercial industry, may not be necessarily the best product of choice. Just because you get a lot of really hammered vehicles, I don't think it quite holds up to that necessarily. You may have to bust out the really heavy degreasers. But it's great for your consumer, just an average car guy or girl. It's perfect. It's perfect probably for what you need to do if you maintain your vehicle pretty well. Do this once a month, it'd be great for that. That's kind of my main thought on the product itself. The only kind of complaint that I really have. But not, it does what it's supposed to do. It moves tar, removes its grease. It's alright on bugs. The bugs are a whole different kind of ball game. You kind of really got to trial and error on bugs. Even different parts of the country. Down south, the bugs are a lot worse than they are here. Even though we do get a fair share of bugs here, and they're pretty nasty too. But yeah, as far as everything, that's probably pretty much all I have to say about the product itself. Yeah, other than that, this is an aerosol can, so make sure you're safe with aerosol cans. No punctures, don't put it in the sun. Most of Stoner's products are in aerosol cans, so just be as far as safety reasons, just make sure they're out of sun, whether you store them in the garage, or don't keep them in your car. Just don't do something you shouldn't do with them. Just be safe. As far as anything you do in a vehicle, anyways, you always want to be safe. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. This is Dynamic Car Detailing. Thanks.